Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a little while since we put out a video, and I want to check out a couple things together. The first thing I want to do is unlock Leonidas together. I've had a couple requests for this. I was kind of holding off, just hoping they were going to release him to the portal. Looks like that's not going to happen, at least not on the same timescale that we want to unlock him. So we'll go ahead and unlock him here, and then check him out. There's our liony, griffiny kind of friend. Alright, so we've got enough tokens to get him up to the next star level, up to the 4-star, but not enough to get up all the way to the 5-star. So let's go ahead with the upgrade. We'll check out the stats first. So he's starting off at level 16, and that is related to the VIP level. It's not actually much of a help, so if you don't have the VIP level and it's not upgrading your heroes a couple levels, don't worry about it too much. The early levels require very little experience anyway. It's those upper levels that really eat up the potions. So here are his stats, just starting out, I guess, level 16 stats. Not too much to look at there. You remember they've lowered down the other resistances down to much lower levels. And we see pretty decent, kind of balanced attack and defense, a little higher on the defense. This, I think, coincides with the light type characters most of the time. Once we get him up to full level, we'll have a better feel for where his health and other stats lie. We'll check out these abilities, the Sun Worship. We got to use these during that first event. Range Spirit Attack on all enemies. It was a nice attack there. And a chance for a Magnified Light debuff. I don't really remember what that was all about. Hopefully we'll get to see some more here. So he can't be retaliated against. That's a new feature for slow characters. They can retaliate. They may end up putting that in on some special characters in the future as well. He's also magical. And let's go through. Let's see. The Guardian forces enemies to target single attacks on this character, and you get a 9% magic reduction, or a reduction in magic attacks. So this was really interesting. I was hoping to see more of this on the physical attack side as well. Let's check out the next one, Avatar of Light. Light allies are immune to dark elemental bonuses. That is nice. So far, there haven't been real advantages to using like a light team against a dark team or a dark team against a light team, because you're going to take extra damage even though you're doing extra damage as well. So there's no real benefit to either side. I would rather then use a different element type altogether so you're not taking extra damage. But here, if you can go in and bring Leonidas with you, then you've actually got a real advantage against the other element here. So I think that he really changes the game with respect to having an advantage for light and dark type teams. And let's look at this final one, Secret to Eternal Life. So upon death, he'll bring an ally back to life. This also, it sounds like a really powerful skill, I think especially for PvP. You know, if you're in PvE, you don't want anyone to die for those 3-star victories, so maybe it doesn't help out quite as much, but in PvP this could really be critical. And we'll have to try it out there and see how well this works out. What is that one? Is that Subterranean? We'll give it a second. I'm looking at this Evo. Yep, Subterranean. We can probably combine for that. But we'll go through and do this upgrade first. Alright, we can see we're a little more than halfway to that 5-star mark. I had limited time, so I worked quite a ways through the campaign, but did kind of slow down when I started getting to campaign levels where they were a couple levels higher than my characters. I think I was going against level 66 characters on the campaign and kind of ran out of time and energy at that point. And so I've still got a little ways to go to get him to that 5-star level. But I'll keep working away on that. And we have got a lot of potions, so let's try to just level him up quickly here. I was just about maxed. I think I did max out on everything except the lower ones. That lowest, largest potion before the level cap went up to level 70. Dropping these in here so you can see how many potions it took, but now all of my characters are at the current max for my player level, which is 62. There we go. So all instantly up there. Let's see what we can do with these. Looks like we do have enough to max them. I don't want to make you sit through too much. It takes about 900,000 gold to upgrade a single skill all the way up. So it's a little bit more than that now. It was like 885 or somewhere around there for the first 60 levels, and then you got the next two. So just to see what this is, I think the bite's not nearly as interesting, but this is about how much damage you're going to do to all the characters if you want to see that for a level 62. Alright, let's see if we've got what it takes to combine and get this subterranean. Yikes, it's going to be tearing at our stocks there. So before I do that, I'm going to check and make sure that we don't have a subterranean in one of the shops. With the tower opponents, with them taking away the ability, get out of there, the ability to get the stamina over and over again, I was getting that probably 2 or 3 times a day. And without the ability to do that, it makes the tokens much less valuable for me. So what do we have here? We've got an Infinity Evo, that's not what I'm looking for. I will go ahead and get Overlord Executum. Pull him down there. And it's this stamina right here, the limit 1. I was getting that 2 or 3 times a day, really helping out. A lot of my tokens were going there, or a lot of these pawn shop currency there. So that was too bad for me. I'm really stocking up on it a lot now. I can't spend it quickly enough. That's too bad they took that away, but I guess they're trying to limit the amount of energy or stamina that you have. They don't want to make it too easy. They want to keep people incentivized to buy those stamina packs as well. So let's go to the gem shop and check this out when it loads up. Items. Nothing there, and specials. Astral Evo. That's a good one to get. I have been getting these once in a while if it's the right, kind of the right Celestial Evos for me. I've got a lot of gems right now, and there are a couple Evos that come up that are just really hard to get, and Astral Evo is one of them. Lots and lots of characters need them, and they're pretty hard to come by. So I might circle back around for that, but it looks like I'm not going to have any luck there. Let's go back into Leonidas. It's going to be fairly far down, being a 4-star character. Most all of these characters are at 6-star. Just a few down here further that aren't up that high yet. Check him out again. So we don't need any of those for his Ascension. That was the other thing I was checking for. Sometimes you'll do this and you'll use up everything you've got for the Monarch type, and then won't be able to actually do the Ascension. So let's go ahead here. I don't think I'll need any of those. Caveborn anytime soon. So we'll go ahead and combine here. Using up a lot of gold, but we'll be ready. You'll be able to do this Ascension for him. Just want to be able to show it, show what comes next. Get some pretty sweet armor there. Alright, let's check that out. So he's got those passives now. Avatar of Light and Secret to Eternal Life. And what else? We've got the Guardian here. Let's see what it looks like when we level this up. We're not going to be able to go too far. So I'll slow down, so it looks like every other purchase is giving us another %. So I wonder how long that lasts. That's the kind of stuff you don't find out in these. We'll have to spend a little time, maybe even do a battle with him. They don't tell you some of that information here, like how long that shield is going to last for us. But it looks like we'll be able to get that up fairly high. It starts at 9%. If we have another 30, let's see, it'll be 35% that we can get for it probably. So somewhere around 45% total once it gets to the max level, if I did that right. Alright, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to check his final Ascension. We don't have the stuff for it. We're not too far away. What's it going to do? Alright, Divine Inspiration is his final skill. It's a heal for himself and a giant boost to attack and defense. And what is this? Judgment Day. When dealing a death blow, the corpse is burned and can't be resurrected. Alright, I remember that from being able to use the character and just reading up on him. That could be a really interesting one as well. We talked about this, I think, in the other video. But when Lord Zom had his event. It was just incredibly challenging, and you had Pontifex and Lord Zom together as the final boss, and no matter which one you killed first, if the other one got around to its turn, it would resurrect the one that died. A really frustrating battle, hard while they were hitting you really hard the whole time. You had to try to wear them down together at the same rate and finish them in the same round. So hopefully a character like this could help out avoiding a situation like that, or when the next Zom event comes back around if we get a similar dungeon. Alright, so that's it for Leonidas. I might have a couple other notes to make before we sign off here. We do have an event going on. We've got this fire and ice event. Let's zoom over to it quickly. So there are 4 main event dungeons. You can see them here. I've still got to quick loot those Igorok tokens for the day. I was able to 3-star all of these. The final one did have some challenge. I didn't end up recording it just for a lack of time, but I'll talk about the team that I used. I ended up going with, I tried it a couple times actually. I wanted to make sure that, if I don't have to, I didn't want to use the potion trick. I ended up going with Igorok, Ice Bloom, King Yorick, and let's scan back up here. You can only use water healers, or water heroes here. I was just trying to remember, and it was Yasmin Bloom. So working with that team, oh, that wasn't the group. I actually left out King Yorick because there's nobody that's particularly hard to kill. So like I said, I switched these out a couple times, but I went with Igorok, Ice Bloom, and then Therand. So I switched Therand in and used Yasmin as well. So that was the team. So I had 3 characters with AoE skills, and Therand is actually really powerful in this dungeon. So if you're going to work your way up through here, doing the hard and very hard, his attacks, they're magical, and he's got that, it's not Take Hunter, it's the Armored Hunter. So he does extra damage both ways there, and that can add a lot of damage when you're going through there. So he ended up being a real powerhouse, and he's got 2 AoE skills, which really helped out. Just good all the way around. I didn't even end up, I think I only used 2 of the potions, so a much more powerful group than with the other teams I was trying out. That's most of it. Let's see, did they say that there were some, let's look back at the event, some campaign dungeons you could go to as well? I don't think I did that yesterday. And select campaign dungeons. I want to select those and see what they're talking about. Let's see, scanning through here. Let's see if we see any of those together. I've spent quite a bit of time doing the challenge mode and haven't been back here for a while. I'm sure you could scan pretty quickly on the forum and find out what other levels have got these additional tokens. Maybe some of these upper levels? Not seeing it. I was expecting to see it on some of these epic bosses. So one of the things you'll notice as you're going through the challenge mode, there's lots and lots of epic dungeons in the challenge mode. Not just the original 4 from this initial campaign mode. We've got lots and lots of them now. I don't know what they're talking about. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you know what they're talking about for those select dungeons that have other tokens. Let me make sure I read that right. I get something to pull up. Let's look at that one more time. Right, ice and fire dungeons and select campaign dungeons. I don't know. You guys will have to leave a little extra note in there for me. Let me clear up this confusion. We've got the regular stuff here, and I've been going through and looting a bunch of these, so this is where I am. Let's see, it was chapter 14. If we go to the next one, Imperial Dungeon, it says, yeah, recommended level of 67. having 62, it does start to get more challenging. You can certainly go through these, and I've put special teams together to get through a couple of them, but it takes more time. So I think I'm going to hold off, at least for now, and hope for another ×2 token event so I don't miss out on any of those Leonidas tokens as I complete that area as well. But I've got to kind of balance that because I'm sure there are some of these maps I could be quick looting. I'm doing a lot of quick looting for the special characters. Let's see, I think there was one, a lot of Archangel Emily and Augustus tokens and Overlord Executum. Those are kind of the ones I've been focusing on, but a lot of good stuff to get there. So that's about it for today. Please let me know if you know what levels they're talking about. I didn't see them in that quick scan through, but the event certainly sounds like they've got some in there somewhere. So that's it for now. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see everyone soon.
If you liked this, then you're going to love what we have coming out next. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos, or check out the rest of the channel for more tips and tricks. If you don't have this game yet, feel free to download it from the sponsored link in the video description below. These downloads help to support the channel and help us to continue to put out more great videos. Thanks again for all your support, and come back soon as we continue our quest, seeking every possible advantage.